The sum of 5 consecutive integers is 5. What is the product of the integers? Now first, I want to announce that there's a couple ways to solve this, and we'll just use the first way, and then I'll explain the second and third, which goes more and more deeper into the mathematical thoughts. Now for step 1, we can as well guess a couple of sequences and we'll hope we get 5. Well, that's okay. We can just, first build out. Build out sounds really funny. Anyways, just say our most familiar sequence that comes to our mind. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we can add them and see if we get 5 as our sum. So let's get started. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. And we don't have to add up the other 4 and 5 because we already know that 6 is greater than 5, and we're not going to get back down to 5 if we're adding more positive integers in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that won't work. Now let's try 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 0 plus 1, that's 1. 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 plus 3, that's 6. And then when we have the same problem, we can't get we can't get smaller if we're adding larger stuff in. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will work. Now let's try -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So first, we just add them. Well, anything plus 0 is still anything again. So -1 plus 0 is still -1. Then if we add on a 1, we will get to 0. Add on a 2, we'll get to 2. Of course, 0 plus anything, that's still anything again. So we still have 2. Add on 3, we get 5. So our sequence is -1 times, might as well write plus, but since we want the product, we'll just write it in product immediately. Times 0 times 1 times 2 times 3. And the commutative property allows us to rearrange them into this times 0. And of course, anything times 0, no matter what this is, that's just 0. So that's our step 1. Now step 2, that's much easier. Since now that we know, this is step 2 already. So first we can see that we know the sum, and we know the number of numbers in our sequence, then we can find the average. And since the average is the sum of the numbers in our list, sum of the numbers is 5, and then take that, divide by the number of numbers in the list, 5. Consecutive integers is 5. 5 consecutive integers, I should say, actually. So, there we go. 5 over 5, the sum of the integers divided by the number of integers, 5 over 5. And of course, 5 divided by 5, that's just 1. So now that we know the arithmetic average, we can just start from 1 and then move out. So first of all, 1, there has to be a 2 after 1, and 0 before the 1. And then 3 after 2, and -1 after 0. Now that we know that there's 5 numbers, we can stop. Now that's just our product again. And of course, we can use the same thing, -1 times 0 times 1 times 2 times 3. And of course, use the commutative property. And of course, 0 times anything or anything times 0, commutative property again. That's just 0. Now let's move on to strategy number 3. Now first, it's a little similar to 1, but again, first we can see that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's definitely larger than 5. And another way you can see that is there's already a 5 in the list. And, if you're not adding zeros to 5, you're never going to get to 5 again since you're adding more stuff in. You're just going to get larger and larger and larger than 5, actually. So, if we know that 1 can't be the smallest number in the list, then 0 has to be the smallest, or it has to be at least included in the list, since 1 is not the smallest number. So 0 has to be included in the list. So then, no matter what our product is, it's always going to include a 0. We can say it's going to be 0 times some stuff before 0, call that z, and some stuff before 0, call that y. And of course, the commutative property will allow us to rearrange them to say y times z, and multiply it all by 0. And of course, again, anything times 0, which is this anything over here, that's just 0 again. Now, we did the same problem 3 different ways, got the same answer. Now, we're not just sure that we're right, we're certain that we're right. So we can circle 0, which looks like 2 zeros, and just move on.